lost 20 bucks on his football bet. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Good old boys, we're all the same. Ain't no way we'll ever change. Ain't no harm by the things we do, or the trouble that we get into. A little while here, once in a while, we can't help it, it's just our style. Good old boys, it's all.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show alongside Commander Cody on the console. I'm your host, Brent Carter. Very interesting, lots to talk about today. Nothing of any import. I have nothing to share that I find really overpoweringly informative. I'm here to see what happens. I want to see if the sound is better today. I want to see if, no, the sound's bad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so,
It's just a regular day then.
yeah, it's a regular day, but I'm gonna tell you before I get to the weather, brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Feed. It's cold. That's the Republican answer. I don't make resolutions for the new year. I'm gonna make a commitment though, and my commitment is to bring you a more polished and more professional product in 26. It's not that the content is always good. It is unbelievable to me how often I walk out of this studio and go and get on Breitbart or wherever, CNN, wherever, and our top story of the day is one of the top stories of the day globally, not just locally. And you can get it here before I hear it an hour later in the car from some other pundit. So I know that we're spot on with our content. And a lot of that is from you folks as well. We get information from you. We look things up. Pat Matula says we sound okay so far. I want to remind you, tomorrow night, is it 10 Spur Ranch?
The 10 Spur Ranch.
10 Spur Ranch out off of Midway Road, right there between here and Inez. Pat Matula and the Texas Playboys are playing, and I got word this morning that local icon Mike Taylor is going to join Pat. Yeah, Mike does a great job, but he's still got a beautiful voice, and he's going to sing with Pat and do some of his own stuff, and so will Joel Nava. It's going to be a great performance and a great time. Relatively speaking, an inexpensive evening. I mean, I recommend that you go. They always have pulled pork sandwiches and things. It's just going to be a good environment, safe environment, family-type environment even on a New Year's Eve. So you can go. There's Linda Chris says, all is good in nursery. Maybe we actually sound better.
Have you talked to Pat? How's he doing after his surgery?
He's doing great. James Oliver's going to be playing as well. LaManda checking in. The publicist checking in. It's going to be a great time. 10 Spur Ranch, right? Just you go out 59 past the airport, take a right out there by Allen's Wrecker Service. You take a right on Midway Road. You go down, take a right, and it's right there on the left. It's easy.
Couldn't be easier to get to.
Easy in and out. You'll see it. It's all lit up. It's going to be a beautiful time. And we encourage you to go. It's a great time. I've been there when there were families there. I've been there when there was nothing but adults there. It's always a good time. And Pat, of course, is recovering from, I don't want to call it open heart surgery, although his chest was open and his heart was involved. It wasn't like he had to have a bunch of bypasses. He had like a issue, an aorta thing, what do they call it, aneurysm thing, and they fixed it, and he did it kind of his way. He said, okay, I've got time. I'm going to knock this out, and then I'm going to perform. So I'm going to encourage him to keep his shirt buttoned. He's such a nice guy. I don't want his heart to fall out. But should be a great time for everybody. John Anderson asks, is Ash Wagachow going to be back on the show or what?
No.
No. John, I figured you'd be thrilled to just have me. But no, Ash will be back in next week. He's traveling, went to see his family. He's in sunny Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The other day, he told me it was like minus 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's real cold.
That's so stupid.
And isn't it Celsius up there? So isn't it even colder than?
Amanda King says she noticed that Facebook wasn't up. Facebook is up. I do believe.
I do watch that on the side, and
Is it up?
it's currently going.
Okay. 41 degrees in Victoria, heading to a high today of only 58. The good news is clear sky is going to be sunny. But they say it feels like 34. I know it was cold. When I walked out this morning, it was cold. There's David Ballard. Hey, brother. Glad you're home safe. Junior Samples is on the way to bring Bob Constantine home today. That's great. He's going to Houston to pick up Bob. I spoke with Bob yesterday. He could not be more excited to come home. And by the way, he's, like with anybody who literally has been given a second lease on life. I've known lots of people, sadly, but fortunately through the years, people that have survived severe car accidents, people that feel like they really honestly had a brush with death, who they're recommitted, right, to living. I mean, they're recommitted to the opportunity. And Bob is certainly that guy. He was quite emotional yesterday, very excited to be coming home, looking forward to seeing his friends. And he just emphasized that he knows that there's a reason for him to be here. And I think and by the way, there's a reason for each of you to be here. What you do matters, who you touch, how you influence those around you. There's a reason for it. And, so I encourage you to find your own reason. You don't have to have, a kidney and a liver transplant to seek out really the right way. What I was going to say, but I wouldn't say because, it's not politically correct, to seek out what the Lord wants you to do. You can seek that out on your own. I am leaning towards not having a show tomorrow. It is New Year's Eve. I know we won't be here Thursday or Friday. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, just an annual deal, and I'm when I leave the show, I go in and Dr. Vu gets all amped up because I'll go in there with BP, which is medicated, and my BP was like 170 over 103, and he's like, "Oh, you're about to have a stroke." No, I'm not, Doc. I'm just a little amped.
Is that the 3 Red Bulls you drink before the show?
Yeah, that, and and the Coke Zero that's by the half gallon over here. By the way, so here's like a semi-rant. How many of you folks have noticed that convenience stores are becoming less and less convenient? I call it the Kmart effect. You walk into a Texan store. I'm equal opportunity. I'll get on Speedy Stop in a minute. I'm not upset about any of them. Trey Molina, love you, brother. I hope you're doing better and well. But I'll walk in, and who runs out of Coca-Cola? Who runs out of Coke Zero? They finally find an alternative to Coke or Diet Coke that people like, and they run out of it. And you can't blame the Texan doesn't want to be out. That's Coca-Cola.
Right.
They're not delivering the syrup.
Well, it was windy yesterday, so.
Well, they take a day off.
Yeah, you probably can't work on
King's X can't work. It's a rain. But, you walk in and you're like, huh. And the only ice to have ever anywhere is that, I call it Sonic Ice. When you give me those big cubes and like I eat ice and then I'm cutting my gums with the ice, it's not good. It's not ideal.
I think you probably need to get your gums looked at if ice is cutting it up.
Yeah.
That might be worth Stop over at
Stop
a
over and
dentist.
see Dr. Fortiani, have a little conversation. Huh. I just find it that if it's not convenient, it's not really a convenient store. I don't know.
They're also big now. You got to get a walking stick
True.
just to get to the bathroom.
Well, that new Buc-ee's, the Buc-ee's
my
that
goodness.
they tore down at like, I call it Luling.
At Luling, yeah.
They tore down one and built another one. And it's big enough that I believe at some point they'll have like the new Ford pickup will be in there so people
Right.
can see the new truck.
It's a mall. It's a small mall.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's stretching. Junior Sample says, hey, be diligent about how you approach Bob for the next couple of months. He's like on reverse isolation. You know, if you're around him, you need to wear a mask just to kind of try to mitigate, any transfer. His immune system is down because they don't want his body to reject the organs. So we will take your calls today. If you have a fabulous New Year's resolution you want to share, you're welcome to call.
We could do a show tomorrow about what are we grateful for.
We could.
If you get an itch that you want to come do it.
Yeah. Oh. Ricky King says they need to put a bathroom in that Buc-ee's just so you can get to the bathroom.
Right.
You know, yeah, I agree.
An up fronter.
It is unbelievable how you get trained. Like as I leave Gonzales, I start to kind of need to go to the bathroom, and then once I get to that Buc-ee's, it's time. Now, BJ Nelson called. She's going to, she's locked out. We tried. Yeah, I guess we can let her in. Yeah. Hey, Brent Anderson, good morning. Over in San Antonio, Brent, famous architect, along with Monty Howard, another famous architect who's in Austin. They check in. It's like having I.M. Pei and Frank Lloyd Wright check into the show, but on a smaller scale. We're going to really, really elaborate on the fact that we now are the Atzenhofer studio. Atzenhofer, of course, Atzenhofer and Atzenhofer.com, your place for your next vehicle. No doubt about it. Whatever you need, they can find it for you. They service all makes and models, and they're turning 100. Beginning on Friday, we will be celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Atzenhofer dealerships. Just fantastic. All my life, all of your life, and most of your parents' life, there's been an Atzenhofer dealership in Victoria, Texas. Went Services, Went Electrical for all your electrical needs, general electrical needs, and specialty needs. If you need lighting, outdoor lighting, if you need the new trendy LED lights on your eaves, whatever you need, Went will help you get it. Chestnut Furniture, Chestnut and Love make your house a home. Check in and see why you just always do better at Chestnut. Get in and BJ Nelson's just going to come in and take over. It's just like you can come right over here. It's just like a whirlwind of lunacy. So what I'm going to do, hang on here. I'm right in the middle of a thing, but I'm going to, you can speak at will, which gives me great concern.
Do what?
Thank you. So, Chestnut and Love make your house a home. Much closer, Doug. BJ Nelson and Doug. So we're going to get you talking. I'll show you the Doug cam. There's Doug. Y'all can look at Doug for a minute while I do this.
That's fancy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're very high tech here. Paravita Wellness and the Vita Cafe encouraging you to get in and get healthy. This holiday season, you don't have to gain a ton of pounds. You can get in there, and Erica Briggs can help you with your macros, whether you want gluten-free, this, that, the other thing, whatever you need. She's got it. She can help you meet your dietary goals. Look, you look like a little hobbit sitting over there, PJ. Joined by my friend and key sponsor from White Trash Services, BJ Nelson, school board member, Chamber of Commerce president,
No, I'm done with
homecoming
that.
queen.
I'm done with that.
Okay.
I was the FHA sweetheart in high
There
school.
you
I didn't know if you
have
knew
it.
that. I wanted to throw that.
Hey, enough about you. Let's talk to Doug. Doug, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good this morning, thank you.
Good. We're glad you're here. Okay,
He's
now
a
back
morning
to you, BJ.
person,
Go
so
ahead.
he's good.
He's a morning person.
I am.
Don't you hate those people that are just up? I mean, I don't know what this show would be like if I was a morning person.
Scary.
Might be
It
good.
might be good.
Can we
could
do
be
it at like
good.
8:30 at night? Because I'm really rolling about 8:30 p.m.
Yeah,
Oh crap.
that's why we haven't. We just say Doug because it's Doug Zilkowski.
Yeah, it's a long one. Just
There
leave
you
it at
go.
Doug.
Doug Z.
Doug Z. What's up, Doug? Tell us what's going on, bud.
Well, we're doing a lot lately at White Trash, and what we've kind of come here to talk to you today is a program that we've dubbed Choose White Trash for Fire Department Cash, and that program is going to help raise money for our local community fire departments. So currently, White Trash services 13 counties around Victoria, and in those counties, there's 86 plus volunteer fire departments, and through some of our investigation and talking to their leaders and talking to the chiefs of these volunteer fire departments, we found funding to be one of the main issues. And so BJ came to us and she's like, I want to do something. I need to do something for our community, and I want to do something for our volunteer fire departments. We need to do something more. And what we looked at is how can we give them money? We want to give the fire departments money, but we were waiting for them to come to us. And that's sometimes, slows the wheel and slows the cog.
Right.
So what we decided to do was, okay, for every new person that signs up for our service and chooses White Trash, we're going to donate $25. And that's with no
How
service
much? How much?
contract. $25.
I heard $2,500.
That's
We're
what I
hoping
heard.
that,
That's what
I
Wade
did hear
Carter's.
yeah, Wade and Carter said they're going
Sure.
to do that.
We're going to match that times 100.
Hold
Yeah,
on, because
we're in on
it's fixing to get real big here.
I feel
So
like I'm Jerry Lewis.
without a service agreement, you just want to sign up. You don't know if you want to stay with us. You don't know if you trust our service yet. We'll do the $25. Say you're going to stay in Victoria a little bit longer, and you're like, hey, I like this
Why would you
idea.
leave? Why would you leave?
I like it.
Garden spot.
We're going to do a 2-year service agreement, which is new for us. So bear with us a little bit on the service agreements. We're just trying it out. But we're
That
going to
locks my price in.
it's
for
going to
2
lock your
years,
price in for 2 years. That's the big benefit of it.
and you'll give $50.
And we're going to give $50.
And if I do 3 years, you'll double that to 100.
We're going to double it to 100
But I also get the benefit of locking in my pricing for
for
3
two
years.
for 2 years.
For
So we're
2
going to
years.
lock the price in for 2 years if you get a 3-year service agreement. But basically, what that's doing is it's locking your price in, but it's guaranteeing a larger donation.
I like it.
We're going to donate that. Now, one of the big
But
things
wait,
that got
there's
hit.
more.
Yeah, there's a little bit more.
Just get a
is
cap.
we were sitting there talking, and we were like, how do we get our other 12,000 plus customers involved? And since we've never offered service agreements, we figured, okay, we've been open for 11 years. We have 12,000 plus customers. How do we get them involved? We're going to offer them 3-year service agreements, locking their price in as well, and donate $100 to their local volunteer fire department.
So if you're a current customer of ours, first, thank you for being a current customer, but give us a call and sign up for a 3-year service agreement. And tell them what a service agreement actually.
So a service agreement basically just locks your price in and allows us to kind of watch our assets.
It helps you budget, right?
Yeah,
'Cause you're
exactly.
not worried about
Exactly.
losing somebody. Some fly-by-night guy with a dumpster hauler comes in and says, hey, I'll cut their price. What do I have to do?
Exactly.
Yeah, because while that guy's working himself out of business,
Mm-hmm.
your service is suffering. And then when you come back, BJ, and then we're just going to give you the chorizo and double your price. So you might as well lock into the service agreement.
Yeah.
I like it.
And so that's our goal. And throughout that time that we've really learned about the volunteer fire departments, we've learned that there's chiefs for like the chief for the Raisin Volunteer Fire Department. He's paid his own money out of his own pocket to maintenance his vehicles. So that tells you there's a need right there. If you have a chief for a fire department paying money
They're
So-
very committed to their cause.
to work on their own stuff. And so that was something that was really near and dear to our heart to fix.
Amanda Bloschke, who is the wife of soon-to-be chief of Quail Creek
Yes.
Volunteer Fire Department, Mike Bloschke, says, how does that work for Quail Creek?
So Scott and BJ have already tackled this a little bit. We are going to make a donation to Quail Creek individually because we hold them as a contract.
Right.
Same with the city of Palacios. That money has yet to be determined, but it is going to happen, and it will happen in April.
So do you get to pick which fire department, or is it where you live, or how does this work?
So that's a fantastic question, and
That's all that I have is
and
fantastic.
what it
Cody
will-
Bauman bringing value. Look, let's get Cody.
I'm,
the Cody
I'm,
Kid.
I'm
You
done
can
for the
pay them
day.
more.
That's all I got.
And what that's going to be is we're going to ask you which volunteer fire department that services your house. If you don't know, we're going to do the research and make sure that it goes to the right one. But if you have a specific one that you want it to go to, we'll donate it to that. Because I'm not going to force you to say, oh, it'll go here to here. I'm going to ask you first.
It'd be kind of silly not to donate to your own, though, because if you're in a crisis and your house is on fire, That's who's going to come.
You'd
to,
like for them to show up.
Yeah, you'd like for them to show up.
Because they might go, well, you donated a raisin. Why don't you call them? Commander Cody, just make a note that BJ said I should pay you more.
Well, anything would be
Double.
nice.
You now get double what you've
Double
been
nothing.
getting.
I can't even get advertising every day.
Our new song needs to be nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Nothing.
There you go. Yeah, you know what? Brand us, folks, by the way, if you don't have your internet stuff, your website, Cody can fix all your internet
Or
problems.
digitals.
Anything on your digits, he can help you. Commander Cody is the guy to reach out to. I'm very excited about this. It's wonderful. I know that Scott and BJ, I've known them a long time. They've always been very big into finding creative ways to give back. So if you're in Calhoun County, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Karnes City, Atascosa, B, Frio, Jim Hogg, all these counties that are in the No Bull Radio Network, you are invited to participate in this, which, by the way, is a better deal in my observation. If you're in one of these outer counties away from the hub of Victoria County, you do want to lock in your pricing. And here's why. Fuel cost, unexpected vehicle expenses, things that could force a small business to say, hey, we've got to surcharge your trash pickup. Those go away when you lock in this long-term arrangement. I like it. If you're in a home and you know you're going to be there, there you go.
And before we've even started the program, so the program is going to run through all Q1. It's going to be January to the end of March, but we are doing it for the startup. So anybody that starts trash on January 1. So we haven't even really pushed this hard yet. We haven't talked to you guys. We weren't on the Bill Posey show yet. Our videos are just starting to come out.
They're
We've
really
already
fun.
made we've already raised $350 for the volunteer fire departments.
That's awesome.
Because we're actively searching for it. We're actively going, hey, you're signing up in January. This is going to happen. How do you want to proceed with it? Because we asked them, do you want to do the month to month? Do you want to do the 2 or the 3 years? So it's completely up to the resident and the consumer on how they do it.
Well, the thing that makes this interesting, it is a very real cost to white trash because you're locking in, you're saying, we're going to pass on any type of rate increase. We don't know what gas prices are going to do, but we're going to pass on that increase. We're not going to pass that along to you. We're going to lock you in at your current rate so that we can take money out of your monthly payment and pay the fire department. That's
Correct.
awesome.
And one of the things we pride ourselves on now is we don't have any fees. Our trash, when you pay for our trash service, that's it. You don't get a bump. And we do raise prices every 2 years is what kind of we've done in the
Sure.
past.
It's just kind of industry standard.
But now we really want to push, this is it. This is what you'll pay.
It's collusion among the trash collection mafia that you're that subtle assassin. Like you come off as like, look at me, I'm Sandra D. And then you like shoot somebody right in the forehead.
I cannot comment on that.
I mean,
That's what I
this
thought.
isn't, this isn't Chicago, but it's
So,
close.
so we have a couple of good questions online. If you do the 2 or 3 year contract, is it still a month-to-month payment, or do you have to pay it all up front?
It's a month-to-month payment. Everything on your end stays the same, other than your price is locked.
And then somebody asked, can I cancel a 3 year contract at any time with 30 days notice, or how does that work?
So you can cancel your contract if you're moving out of the service area, and
And
we can't service you.
Right.
You could just transfer it to your
You
new
can
location.
transfer it to
though,
the
right?
new owner or your new location.
Ooh, that's
However,
great. You
we
can
are gonna.
transfer it to the new owner.
We
correct.
transfer it
Now
to-
We can't, yeah.
that's a great idea because I could say, hey, I've still got 2 years left on my white trash deal. Their current price is X, but I'm still locked in
Yeah.
at Y, and this is good for you when you buy
to
my
help
home.
them out a little bit is something we've talked about. And then for the last question, no. So no, you just can't cancel with a 30-day notice to go to another service.
But when you call in, we have 4 people plus Doug that answers the phone, and they can answer all these questions for you and go into more details.
The emu will be there to answer.
The phone does
And
kind of
Doug.
roll to him if all 4 people are on the phone.
It does.
Yeah, it does roll to him.
I hope it never does, but it does sometimes.
Yeah, and if it gets to Mr. Nelson, we've got 8 people on the phone.
Mr. Nelson.
So,
you
but
see
yeah,
is the
that's a
top
good
of his-
question. What was the other thing? Thank you, Kathleen, for your nice comment. There's questions on YouTube too. Stephanie Conti says. That would be a Cody.
Oh,
question.
Cody, Stephanie
Yeah.
Connie says there's questions on the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing about
You-
Waste Harder. You can get some on Facebook.
You can see them right there on your dashboard.
Magic. I don't know.
You don't
Did you
know.
see any questions on Facebook?
He's
on-
all talk.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a talk show. It's not a read show. I'm not George W. Bush. I'm like, sure.
Well, and actually, you know how I said, and there's more. We kind of started talking about another thing that we're doing. Tammy killing someone. About the safe waste.
Oh,
Because was it windy yesterday? Am I right?
Oh, yeah, it was tremendously
yeah.
windy.
So what happens when it's windy to your trash can?
Oh, it gets blown over.
Yeah. Well, we have an answer for that.
yeah. So we're the only distributor in Texas that handles a latch called a Safe Waste latch. And you can go on Amazon and buy it for $15 and install it yourself, or you can get it through us for $12 and we'll come install it. And
Sounds like a better deal.
that latch actually will keep the lid locked down from the wind. Now, the only disadvantage of that is obviously your lid has to be closed, which is different for the city because they have to have their lid closed. We don't require that for our trucks, but it will help the wind. I've seen that a lot yesterday on like the Quail Creek and the Mud District boards talking about how wind was blowing their trash cans all over the place. And so we talked about it earlier this morning.
Something that drives me crazy as a Forest City trash participant is that if your lid is up because you've had the holidays, you've got one too many bags in there, and your lid's up.
All the bottles.
The guy will get out of the truck, come over, put a sticker that's very difficult to get off on your trash can to tell you that he's not picking it up because it's not properly placed, and then he'll get back in the truck and leave, but he won't empty it.
So what the reasoning behind it, let me just give you a little reasoning.
They're trying to
I
train
agree.
us.
But the reasoning behind that is they have what's called automatic side load trucks. And so that truck picks the can up from the side and then throws it into the back.
Yeah.
And so what they're trying to avoid is the next phone call that you would have is, hey, your truck threw trash all over my neighborhood. And so they don't want to do that. So that's
Right.
that's our thought process behind it. We have some trucks that are kind of geared like that, but we usually our primary trucks are rear load trucks.
Rear load
So
trucks,
we
yeah.
have trash guys on the back that throw the trash into the back of the truck, so we don't have to have those lids closed.
So the question on YouTube is, can they split the donation between two fire departments?
I can make that work. Yeah, so as our motto states, we serve God, meet needs, and earn trust. And so if that's what you want to do, when you give us a call, I'll make it work.
And on our Facebook page and our website, we're going to have like a running total of each volunteer
top
fire
three,
department, and I'm going to keep track. I guess they're going to post it like once a week.
So every Friday, we're going to update it on our website, and it'll post the top 3 to kind of drive a little bit of competitiveness between the fire departments because
then
Can
we have
you
this
also-
big check made that Doug had made, and we're going to take that around to the volunteer, raising volunteer, and then how much money they did, and then actually give them real money, not just the.
Can you see a Friday with Doug theme song happening?
I
And
could.
I hope
maybe,
not.
maybe a little banner on their website.
Maybe we can
Fridays
get some
with
updates
Doug.
along the way of,
We
So
could.
this is going to run from January 1st. Okay. It starts today. If
starts
you call them today, that's fine.
Yep.
January 1st through March
31st.
31st. So the first quarter.
Yes,
Me
sir.
to
The
hold that
entire
out
first
here?
quarter.
Yeah, can you hold that over?
Like down the street.
You need
No,
my
no,
glasses?
You're good. Yeah, I'll just look. See, I'll just hold it right there.
I got a contact lens. You want a contact lens?
Right, just one. Like a cyborg. I just need one.
That's so cute. Stephanie Conti was FFA sweetheart. I was actually FHA sweetheart. No, I don't
Future
cook.
homemakers of America.
Yeah, but I don't really cook. But I can clean up the kitchen. So I guess that's what they taught me how to.
Like when the caterers leave, BJ can clean
Yeah,
up the kitchen.
naturally.
We're very busy people.
So we are super excited about this program, and
I am too. I think it's a wonderful give back that you guys are well known for.
well, and so many, people come to us asking for money, and I had gotten a letter from Nursery because that's the one we're in, and we always would write a check or whatever. But I was sitting there looking at the letter, and I was like, "There's got to be something more we can do." And so I
awesome.
brought it to the team, and they kind of bounced it around and came up with this idea. But somebody did ask, what about how they can pay? And so we have multiple ways you can pay because
so-
God knows that cash and check isn't good enough
Right,
anymore.
show up and bring me hundreds.
Man, we do any type of payment you can almost think of. basic credit cards, Visa, American. We don't take American Express, Visa, MasterCard, Discover.
How about Bitcoin?
No Bitcoin, but I'll take that and I'll pay it. Like I'll pay your bill if you want to
I like
pay
it.
in Bitcoin.
I like it.
I'll take that definitely. And then check and cash. Obviously, we still do. We still have, a lot of the first customers that joined with White Trash. They still pay check only. They will. Here's the check on the way.
Can you hook somebody up with that either ACH or
Oh, yeah.
EFT?
That's
or
our
just
favorite.
Automatic, then just
And
automatic.
it doesn't
Absolutely.
cost anything either. You sign a form.
And I recommend that over the
Yeah.
auto credit cards and auto drafts because Visa needs their money, so they come and get that.
Yeah, they want their
percentage fee.
3% discount every
Yeah.
time.
And
Yeah.
so I recommend ACH, and any customer that signs up, we initially take your payment via credit card your first month because it's the setup fees and stuff
Unless
like
they
that.
bring it in or
Unless they
something like
bring it
that.
in. And then I always will send them a welcome letter. And then that welcome letter will be an ACH form for them to fill out. And that's kind of how I always push our customers to do is
And
fill
then
that out.
at the bottom of that letter, it just says, when you're done with this letter, just discard it in the trash
Well,
and we'll pick it up. Yeah,
100%.
I like it.
Naturally.
I like it. Well, now, so tell the truth because you've been both places. Okay. How did this go
Compared to Bill.
versus being with, now who was with Bill Posey this morning?
Barbara was not there because I was thinking, oh, Barbara's going to be there. But the
Right.
grandchildren were at the house. And evidently they don't want to leave them there,
Well, they are
CPS and all.
one,
They
two,
are
and
1 and
4.
3. Yeah. I mean, we can just give them a pack of smokes and say, we'll be back.
Here,
So,
watch the
Bill's so
TV.
good. He's such an icon.
He's awesome guy to be around.
He is,
We
he
love
is.
Bill
But
Posey.
it's historic here, and the ceilings are very high.
Yeah, and the acoustics are good in here. This is a good place to do a radio program. If only we had, some talent on the daily. We're very fortunate to have quality guests like you guys come in and tell us what's
Thank you.
going on. So I'm excited. Can I keep this and
That
promote
Yeah,
it?
is-
that's
I'm
your
here, I'm gonna
copy.
give
You
you
brought-
two in case you lose yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I like is I can.
You should probably give me the other one.
But Cody, I can
You can ride. on it.
ride on this with like one of those because it's
Yeah,
it's
I didn't-
Velcro. I mean
didn't put my
laminated.
picture on there so you wouldn't draw mustaches.
Right. I can.
Because I know you. I know you.
We-
That's-
The kids play pin the tail on BJ at my house. It's no big, just a big picture of BJ.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
so
no,
the
we're
13
fine.
counties that we're servicing and the 86 volunteer fire departments, we really want to make sure
86 volunteer
Isn't that
fire
crazy?
departments, folks. That's a lot of volunteers to begin with, and that's a lot of expense.
it is.
So you can relate because I mean a trash truck these days it's $500,000.
Pretty- yeah.
I mean literally that's also what a volunteer fire truck can cost.
Almost
I-
spoken like an insurance guy.
It's almost like a guy that would know, right? I've spent time with Mike Bloschke when they'll go and get like a F450 with a special bed on it. And it's got a water cannon on the nose, and it's like it's a couple $100,000.
Yep.
So these things add up, and you need them when it's brush fire
Insurance.
season.
Not even that, it's insurance.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that and look at how they how much they pay just to run and operate their department,
Pesky insurance
they
agents.
need to have that that funding, and grant only
Absolutely.
goes so far.
Another thing that we've thought about is our volunteer fire department pool of volunteers is aging. And a lot of people don't
As
know
are we all, BJ, constantly.
day after day. So
It's
we want to
uncanny. They age exponentially faster than the general population.
we
Encourage.
We want to encourage younger people to volunteer, and a lot of people don't know what that means. So even if you call us after you sign up and you want to say, hey, how do I get involved in that? Doug has contact list, or leave a message if he's not there, and he'll get back with you for the person to call in your area to sign up or to learn how to be a volunteer. Because I think deep down, the majority of us do want to volunteer and give value to our life in our off hours when we're not working. But sometimes people don't know what that looks like or how you do it.
Absolutely. I think that,
That was a meme. Did you record that? That was really good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm sure Cody's got it. Cody's choking over there. I think there's a lot to be said. I've been places, especially like with Mike Bloschke, who's a dear friend, and like in the middle of dinner, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll do the dishes. You go ahead. But he has to go and then be. Just last week they had a huge fire out off 87.
Oh yeah, we went out there.
Yeah, a huge fire. And, he was out there for 5 hours, dealing with that. And these volunteers work seamlessly.
Do you know
with-
that Channel 25 did not even cover that?
they're busy. Plus, there was
I
no
called them.
there was no liberal angle to it. There was no way to blame that on Donald Trump. So the local TV station didn't want to go. If they can't blame it on
But
Donald
who
Trump,
covered it? Who covers everything?
wait, Carter,
Well, okay, but 361 Hood.
361 Hood News.
Who's in charge? You need to get that person in here.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to give that guy any publicity or not. I'm not. I go two different directions with that.
Okay.
I know for a fact that law enforcement really doesn't like them.
Oh, really?
No, because it's like the perpetrators are in the home now, and over here to the left, behind this dumpster, there's a sheriff's department sniper. I mean, they give away too much stuff. They take away all the advantage of
Why
law
do they always
enforcement.
put the dumpsters in the bad light with the
Right,
snipers behind
right
them?
behind the white trash services
What did they
dumpster.
ever do for that? Now you laugh because we did drive out there. We'd gone to a party Friday night. And I was like, let's go check and see how the fire looks. So we drive out there, and there's a dumpster right there, and I went, oh, the dumpster's okay.
Free publicity.
It's because the dumpster costs more than the house, probably.
BJ just tosses a book of matches into the dumpster. Dumpster fire! It's A&M Athletics. Yeah,
Oh, stop.
unbelievable.
Oh.
Well, Doug, you have anything else you want to add?
No, we're just really excited
We've
about
got 25 more minutes here.
it. We're really excited about this program, and I can't stress how much it's going to mean to the community and what we're trying to accomplish. Before, with donations, it was more just the person reaching out to the fire department. It was more the fire department sending letters and saying, hey, donate to us, we need this or we need that. And now we're trying to cast such a wide net, and we're trying to get so much done in 3 months. My goal is to raise $250,000.
I think that's
Like,
a fantastic
I
goal.
want them. I want the Nelsons when they write the check to go, huh, but also love it.
Right.
But to be so happy about it, but at the same time be like, well, that was fun, and then love every minute of it, because we have to go to 86 fire departments and give each one a check.
I've seen the look that BJ has when she writes checks for $250,000, and it's not. It's a mixed bag.
Throw up a little.
It's a mixed bag. Yeah, I'm always there with like some tissue.
And that's the whole goal of it, right? You want to help the community. You
Give
you
till it hurts,
strive.
BJ. Give
You
till it hurts.
strive. And we've always done that as a company. You look back at the way that the company has donated in the past, and they've given quite a bit of money. It's not that has ever been an issue. We just wanted to really focus on giving as much as we could to this volunteer fire department this year.
Well, I think it's a noble gesture, and I think it's something that our listeners will support. If you're not currently with White Trash Services, number one, you're probably paying too much for your trash service, and it's an economies of scale deal, right? Because they'll go to the end of the road to get that one dumpster, but your rate doesn't go up for years if they're picking up 8 other people along the way. Because the truck costs the same, whether it's picking up one set
Well,
of.
except the landfill part of it.
Yeah, you're gonna get screwed either way. I'm trying. I was trying to build it up, but it's not gonna work. It's
But if you are at the end of the street, which they always are,
Sure.
and you see friends along the way that burn or don't have service or do something else, stop and tell them about this, or go to our Facebook page, White Trash Services, and like it and follow it, that whole rigmarole,
sure.
and go to what all we're on Facebook.
So we're Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, on our website.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a ticker on all this. Did we mention that keeps
Oh, it's
track?
gonna keep
Oh,
tally.
The
Yeah,
top three.
the
So
top
the,
three,
so
you
the
did
top
say
three
that.
will be on there, and that'll be updated every Friday through Town Square, and they'll take care of that for us, and making sure that our website's up to date. And with that will come a lot of neatness, but also a lot of competitiveness.
Absolutely.
We're hoping that drives the volunteer fire departments to be like, look, guys, this is out there. It's free money for us. Sign up for service that you need.
Right.
Or if you're with them, call and join back up, re-up for 3 years. You're already with them. Why not?
We will be promoting it here, and I think it's a really original and a really quality way for y'all to give back. So
Campaign. We're calling it
it's
a
a campaign.
campaign.
I like it. Tammy Williams, Stephanie Shows, and Kelly Fromley all say the original guy, Daniel, sold 361 Hood News. So there you
How
go.
do you sell that?
I don't know. Good for him. We're always selling. You can get somebody to pay you for that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Leanne Knoll says, what an awesome
Oh,
thing
hey,
White Trash
Leanne.
Services is doing here. I agree 100%, Leanne.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Doug, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
I'll take a break and you guys can rock and roll.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Thank you. And
It's
BJ,
early.
always thanks for all you do for and with Wade and Carter. I've never called you that you didn't deliver. And that says a lot for somebody that makes their business picking things up. You deliver. So we appreciate y'all and wish everybody, especially the folks at White Trash, a safe and happy new year. So thank you. There you go. That's BJ Nelson. She's awesome.
And Doug.
And Doug. There you go. We've mentioned White Trash. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's is your go-to tow-to. Reach out to Allen's. I saw Cody yesterday. Allen's Wrecker Service was helping someone change a tire. So if you have an elderly person in your life, someone my age or older, feel free to say, hey, dial 578-6300, and they'll come and help you. Torn Bales checking in. Good morning, sir. He's used White Trash Services. I've seen it. Veracruz Restaurant. Today is called a Tuesday. No, it's not. It's called a Wednesday.
It's pre-Caldo Tuesday.
Pre-called a Tuesday.
You can't have a Caldo Tuesday if it's only on Wednesdays.
There you go. It would be cool, though, wouldn't it?
Today's the day for it, too.
Yeah, absolutely. 41 degrees.
4 degrees outside
Get
Celsius.
Get into Veracruz for the best hot sauce, the best salsa, the freshest chips, great queso. You'll love it. USA Concrete Coating. Whether you want to sand it, seal it, stain it, paint it, put down the toughest nails polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade, reach out to USA Concrete Coatings. Palace Bingo. Palace, where friends meet friends. Get in and have a great, I call it comfort food meal at the L&L Cafe, L&L Grill. Super good. Super duper. You know, this show should be endorsed by Donald Trump. It's not yet. It's early. Could happen.
We still have time.
We have time. Let's see. This one's green. Hang on.
We don't need those
I
anymore.
turned down those. We don't need those stinking microphones. Stephanie Conley says she ate at Veracruz last night. Fantastic. So I'm still on the fence. I'm not torn, and I'm certainly not lazy. I'm perfectly willing to be here. But I'm going to give you like the news today is talking. The big news today probably isn't really anything exciting. It's discussing the meeting between President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the Yahoo guy from Israel. They were talking in Mar-a-Lago about the next phase of the Gaza peace plan. Says there was no real progress made, which is not a big deal. Trump said Hamas will be given a very short period of time to disarm, warning that if it does not, other countries backing the ceasefire will go and wipe them out. I mean, as if they're not already kind of wiped out. Have you seen Gaza? It's just a mess. Also on Monday, Netanyahu announced Trump will receive the Israel Prize for Peace, marking the first time the country's highest civilian excellence honor will be awarded to a non-Israeli citizen. Donald Trump lobbying to have the award named after him going forward. Not really. People have canceled, saying that they're not going to perform at the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts because Donald Trump decided, I think in immense arrogance and selfishness, to name the building after himself. I mean, John F. Kennedy didn't name the Kennedy Center for himself, did he? I mean, I don't know. Was it built posthumously? Cody's looking that up. It says they make it sound like it's a big deal that some artists are pulling out. I'll wait for you to tell me that you know who these people are when I tell you. We regret we must share that we are unable to perform as planned. We remain committed to playing music that reaches across divisions rather than deepening them.
So
A jazz group called The Cookers. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Cookers. They were being given an opportunity.
all right, so Congress passed legislation in 1964 to rename the center in his honor as a living memorial to his dedication to the arts.
There you go.
So he did not name it
After
for
he was
himself.
killed, in a knee-jerk response, the country named,
It was originally the Natural Cultural Center.
there you go, which is boring. So the Kennedy Center, the Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts, to me, is nice. And he's on coins, you know? So you have that. Let's see. New York City-based dance company, Doug Verone and Dancers. With the latest act of Donald J. Trump renaming the center after himself, we can no longer permit ourselves nor ask our audience to step inside this once great institution. Doug Verone must have pulled a hamstring. Like, who cares if Doug Verone doesn't dance, right? Interesting. Christy Lee, a folk singer-songwriter who was slated to perform on January 14th, canceled her show and said, when American history starts getting treated like something you can ban, erase, rename, or rebrand for somebody else's ego, I can't stand on that stage and sleep right at night. So today's confirmation that most artists are flaming liberal idiots. So there you have it. Who cares, right? Do you care, Cody?
Nope. I would think if I had the opportunity to play it there,
I would do it for me.
Yeah, I don't care what the name of the building is.
Absolutely. The CIA conducted a drone strike on a port facility inside Venezuela last week. People briefed on the operation said they actually got this news from Pete Hegseth's wife. He had texted, not really. He didn't text her about it. It wasn't top secret to begin with. It's exactly what would happen if we decided to, say, attack Venezuela. We would go do what we want and leave. They aren't going to do anything, which is what makes this almost like wrong. Like, just tell them you should be able to diplomatically get them to do what you want them to do, except they have no other way of life. They make their living by dealing in narco-terrorism and by working with China and Russia and China. So Donald Trump from Mar-a-Lago said there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with the drugs. He didn't say that we did it, but it says President Trump has already discussed openly, despite the secrecy that typically surrounds the CIA. So the Venezuelan government did not directly comment on the strike, but a minister denounced months of imperial madness from the United States. Absolutely. And there are people right here in our own country who think that these Venezuelan drug dealers deserve due process. I don't. If you're going to bring drugs into our country on speedboats, I've got no problem with the United States Navy using you to hone our guided missile systems. I think that's a great way to train young soldiers. Blow that boat up. It's no big deal. I have no problem with it. So you got that going on. There you go. The grim evidence of Trump's airstrikes in the Caribbean has started washing ashore in Colombia, including a scorched boat, mangled bodies, and packets with traces of marijuana. So, you know, hey, don't bring drugs into our country. I think the story is it's so simple, and yet it ends up being such a big deal to the politically correct set. Like, we should go out, board that vessel, prove that there are drugs on it. If you blow enough of them up, they'll quit coming. It's hard when every maiden voyage as captain ends in death. People will stop doing it. Again, we still have a drug problem in this country. If we could get our own people off of drugs, there would be no demand for the drugs, and therefore we wouldn't have this problem. Let's see. Overlooked stories. Here's, let's see. This is the morning. Let's see. It's called the Mornings. The New York Times. New York Times says overlooked stories. Let's see if they have any overlooked stories that are of any interest to you. Politics. Under a Red Cross program, Guantanamo Bay prisoners have been sending photos of themselves to their families, smiling or looking serene, and they're now available to the public. You can find that at the New York Times. I can't imagine being incarcerated at Guantanamo Bay and sending smiling pictures. It almost makes you wonder if they're being a little bit coerced. Again, I have no problem with that, but maybe somebody saying, if you want to eat warm food this week, you will smile for the photo. Maybe that's what it is. Last month, a Syrian official was indicted and charged with torture, ending a years-long investigation that Western intelligence agencies helped him evade. So, there you go. States have more information about you than the federal government does. Trump is pushing to give the feds more data from those sensitive troves. So let's see what that means. Trump's trying to get more. So the state knows more about it from the upshot. Critics fear that certain personal data might be used to monitor immigrants and political foes and to spread false tales of fraud. I'll admit that I knew something was wrong when our own beloved George W. Bush said that, oh, we've got to be able to monitor the cell phones of these terrorists. We've got to be able to monitor their phone. Well, when the government decides who needs to be monitored, that's a little scary because we know that Barack Obama came in and weaponized the IRS. These people that Joe Biden wanted to hire IRS agents and have them carry sidearms. Are they going to draw down on you because you didn't pay your taxes? I mean, is that the deal? So it seems like every time there's a crisis, COVID comes and everybody's solution to the problem, 9/11, is an erosion of your civil liberties. It's always a taking of your fundamental rights. That's how the government helps you, is they take away your fundamental rights. So as the Trump administration has sought to amass personally sensitive data on millions of individuals in America, it has run into one roadblock. The states, and not the federal government, hold many of the details Washington officials would now like to see. The state administer many safety net programs funded with federal dollars. They run elections and register voters. They track employers and individual workers. That means they hold a clearer, more recent portrait of where to find people, what needs they have, and who lives with them. That makes sense. They know. Now, Trump wants that information. I personally don't like that. I mean, I think the less the government knows about you, the better. I guess in that regard, I border on being a libertarian. You know, I'm like, hey, man, balance the budget, defend our shores, leave me alone. So you got that. In sports, it says you'll never find anybody running for health. In Kenya, where professional running can make the difference between survival and starvation, blood doping is in the mainstream there. People seeking every possible advantage as they try to get out of poverty. It always reminds me that people come here from foreign lands. They complain about our way of life. They complain about our country, but they never go back where they came from. You'll never hear somebody go, I came here from Somalia. I drove a taxi for 5 years. I couldn't wait to get out of this country and go back to Somalia. It simply never happens. The Astrodome, which has characterized Houston's landscape for decades, now sits empty. No one knows what to do with it. We know that because we're 90 miles away. The Astrodome is a huge facility. It's fallen into such disrepair. It's like an old boat. If you don't use it, it will start to deteriorate, and the Astrodome is just not safe anymore. It's a huge space. It probably needs to be razed, torn down, hauled off. I would think that in a city the size of Houston, you could sell all kinds of pieces of it
Oh, yeah.
as memorabilia. I'm really surprised that the city of Corpus, if you're listening to us on KTMV, we love you. Thank you for tuning in on the TV station. I'm surprised the city of Corpus didn't find a way to bust down that section of the Harbor Bridge that they lowered and sell it off as memorabilia, like a piece of the Berlin Wall. People
Right.
had that. They displayed it. They put it in shadow boxes. This is a symbol of that bridge. To me, is the symbol of the modernization of Corpus Christi. It would be an ideal thing to have hanging on the fence in your backyard. That's a piece of the Harbor Bridge, just a piece of plate steel.
Do you think the Astrodome still has all the chairs and stuff?
Yes. Oh,
Because
yes.
that would be cool. I could see people lining those up in their movie theater or their outdoor seating or whatever to watch
Yeah.
the game.
No, that'd be great.
It'd be real fun. So are you going to make the call for tomorrow?
Well, what do you think? You want to come in the morning? I mean,
I'm always in the morning, so that's not a problem. So we could talk about being grateful. We could do a recap of some of the top news of the year. We could just spend an hour letting them look at your face. I mean, these are all options.
Right. No, I agree. I could just stand here.
Yep.
That would be really high rated. Tammy Williams asked if a Kenyan started a daycare in Minnesota, they could become a millionaire. No doubt about it. There's a guy named Nick Shirley, just like it sounds, Nick Shirley. Go look him up. He had a video. He went out to a Somali-owned daycare in Minnesota and knocked on the door. It was during business hours, highly promoted business. Nobody there. We finally got somebody to come to the door and said, I want to maybe leave my child with you. I've read about you. It seems like a really nice daycare. And they said, we have no openings. Well, it's because the whole thing was just a sham. They're just milking the government. They're billing the government every month with no real people there. And it's a Somalian scam. All this happening, we were that close, not really that close, but we were too close to Cam the Slam being president and the completely incompetent, habitual liar, Tim Walz, being your vice president. You people maybe don't understand how close this country was to just being destroyed by the left. He has no problem with these people coming in and just raping his own state for millions of dollars. John Anderson says, what's your competition for talk shows in the nearby area? There is none. We're the only format of this type anywhere in the region in the whole No Bull network. And fortunately, we're the best at it. That's about as humble as I can be. The proof is in the pudding. This is our 10th year. We just, in general, don't lose sponsors. In general, the sponsors don't tell us what to say. So we've been allowed to simply run amok and tell you the truth for a decade. And there just is nobody's even tried to compete with us because the data's too accurate. We've been right so many times, so often.
That's an idea for a show tomorrow. Predictions with Brent.
We
could talk about things that are going to happen in 2026.
Let's see if this will work.
All right.
With Brent.
Okay, turn down the radio. Oh, come on.
That are going to happen.
Alrighty.
You got to turn that down so we can talk to you. We're joined by Kathleen Leininger. Kathleen, why don't you take the last minute and just tell everybody how great Wade and Carter is? I'll listen.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Thank you. Keep
Because-
going.
Every other Thursday, it's the best. And I'm not saying which Thursday I'm talking about. But anyways, you guys always do good and always bring up stuff that is so current. And even if it's people that are a little left of center, you're still courteous and want to hear their viewpoints, which says a whole lot.
Well, it's easy sometimes. I learned this from Bill Posey. If you let them talk long enough, they'll expose themselves. We've done
I
pretty
know.
good at that. I appreciate that.
I know. Just turn up the microphone. They'll do fine.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Hey, plan on this. You feel free to call again tomorrow. We will be here. Okay. I just made the call. We will do the show in the morning. Thanks, Kathleen. She's coming to us from over in the Shiner area. It's the top of the hour, folks. We love you guys. We're going to work on a new intro, kind of a live from Adson studio. We're going to make some fun things happen in 26. We hope that you will stay with us. God bless you all. Have a great day. Have a safe, I'm telling you now, I'll tell you again tomorrow. Have a safe New Year's Eve. That's amateur night. People that don't know what they're doing, drink a lot, and decide to drive. So be very careful and know that you're loved here at Wade and Carter, and we'll talk to you mañana.
Well, I've been kicked out of my near every bar around. I've been locked up for driving 120